Well, thank you for joining us for Daybreak Plus here on KVUE Plus, streaming free on your TV. I'm Yvonne Napa.
And I'm Hannah Rucker. Happy Monday, everyone. As we're wrapping up the last week of July, we're talking about new swimsuits we're getting.
I know, right? I was showing them the ones I got. They're cute, right?
They are
They're pretty inexpensive. I
like the one with the multicolors.
Yeah, I mean, they just do everything they need to do. You know, their swimsuits.
Yeah, and a good deal is important. I feel like there's so many companies that now sell like $100 per piece. And
yeah.
It's like $200 for a swimsuit.
You're like, I better look 2 sizes smaller.
Right, yeah, it's like a miracle swimsuit or what? You know what? I mean, this weekend coming off of a hot and humid one, we had some showers and storms. It was a great weekend, though, to maybe be out by the pool, start trying to stay cool, and that's really going to be kind of the case here through this week. Kids, of course, still off on summer break. We're heading into what's going to be kind of a hot week, a good week to be by the pool, as we're not going to see much rain or thunderstorm activity through the work week either. Low to middle 70s is what we have on this Monday morning, last Monday of July. Can you believe that? Yes, August right around the corner here by the end of the week. Temperatures at 77 for Georgetown, 76 for San Marcos, middle 70s out across the coastal plains. We are currently dry, but we will be looking at a chance for a stray shower today by this afternoon. It won't be much. Could see a little pop-up shower by around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Better chances will be focused east of I-35 as we climb to around 96 degrees today. We're off to kind of this muggy start. Those winds are to the southeast leading to a cloudy sky this morning, but as things warm up, that'll quickly give way to mostly sunny sky today. Temperature-wise, we'll be back to around 96 degrees, keeping it still a little bit below average for this time of year. But I think by tomorrow and certainly Wednesday, we're going to be bumping up back to warmer than average levels. In fact, I think we have the possibility of getting to the triple digits for the next couple of days. I don't have us there quite yet, but we'll continue to have to watch the forecast, and then I'm tracking more weekend rain chances returning yet again. I'll have all that along with your full 70 forecast coming up, but it's Monday. We got to get out the door. Let's go ahead and check in on that morning commute with Hannah.
Oh yeah, we got some things popping up over here. Let's get into it now. It is 7:03. We're taking a live look on 71 Bastrop Highway. We've got a crash in the westbound lanes. Actually looks like it's kind of clearing up right now at Riverside, but we got this big work truck pulled off to the side, and then those first responders hauled out of there as well. So we got some movement again, which is nice. But yeah, we've kind of have some activity sandwiching the airport here. So we've got this crash in the westbound lanes causing some delays exiting out of the airport. And then we also have a full closure just on the frontage road. I do want to reiterate that the main lane travel is good to go on 183, but the full stretch of the frontage road at Ed Bluestein starting at MLK is closed because of a crash there. So heads up if you happen to be relying on the frontage road today. Looking better through North Austin on I-35. We had some hiccups earlier, not too bad. And of course, we're getting some important updates on road work, especially 1431, that bridge still looks like mid-September.
Well, today, the Texas House and Senate will continue talks about congressional redistricting. President Donald Trump wants Texas to secure 5 more Republican seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. Lawmakers worked over the weekend as well. And KVUE's Michael Courier is joining us now from the Capitol to bring us up to speed and also tell us, Michael, what to expect today. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Yvonne. Yeah, majority of the Texans who testified over the weekend really spoke out against the proposed redistricting plan. Now, we know earlier this month that the DOJ had some concerns when it came to the current map, saying 4 majority minority districts were drawn based on race. The state has defended the current map in court, saying it was drawn fairly. Democrats question why new maps are even needed, calling it a power grab, and promise to block it by any means. Opponents say redrawing the maps mid-decade could dilute the voting power of communities of color.
And so if we don't have the ability to send the people that represent us and our values and what we care about to Congress, we're going to continue to see policies that people don't want because they aren't actually able to change the outcome of the election.
And in a Senate committee, people told senators they support redrawing the maps to better reflect the community.
We need and must have increased Republican leadership in the great state of Texas to remain great.
Now, neither the Senate or House have revealed a new proposed congressional district map, which was drawn in 2021 following the 2020 census. Now, both committees will be meeting today. The House committee will be meeting in person in Arlington. Meanwhile, the Senate committee will be meeting virtually for today. Reporting from the Capitol, Michael Courier, KVUE News.
Well, this week, lawmakers could vote on a THC ban in Texas. The Senate could pass Senate Bill 5 as early as today. And if passed, it would ban the sale of all consumable hemp products with THC. However, CBD and CBG products would stay legal. It would also ban selling or marketing consumable hemp products to anyone under the age of 21. The bill would also add new labeling and packaging requirements. And opponents believe that regulation is the best path to keep users safe, but supporters say a full ban is the only way to go here. The bill is similar to one passed during the regular session and vetoed by Governor Greg Abbott last month. Meanwhile, attorneys for one of the people accused of a shooting in Round Rock last year, those attorneys are back in court today. 19-year-old Keyshawn Dixon is one of 7 teenagers arrested in connection with that shooting. KVUE's Allison Martinez is joining us in studio to explain what happens next. So fill us in on what happened then and also, more importantly, what's happening now.
Yeah, Keyshawn Dixon is facing 2 murder charges and 13 aggravated assault charges. He's currently in custody at the Williamson County Jail. Today, his attorneys will meet for a discovery hearing in order to prepare for trial. This shooting happened at a Juneteenth festival at Old Settlers Park last year. 2 women were killed and 14 others were injured. A witness told investigators Dixon and another teen had some sort of argument, then, quote, pulled out guns and started shooting. Dixon allegedly used a Glock switch when he lost control of his gun. Court documents obtained by KVUE reveal Dixon is a documented gang member with an extensive history with Round Rock police. Today will be an opportunity for the prosecution and the defense to exchange evidence, witness lists, and other information in order to better prepare for trial. Today's hearing is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. In the studio, Allison Martinez, KVUE News.
Allison, thank you. In Travis County, a pretrial hearing is scheduled today for an 18-year-old charged with murder for a deadly shooting in Southeast Austin. Stefan Morrison. He's accused of killing a man at an apartment complex last October. His bond, get this, was initially set at $800,000, but then lowered to $100 only after the DA's office missed a 90-day deadline to present the case to a grand jury for indictment. Austin police say they found a body in Lake Austin on Saturday. Austin Fire and Austin Travis County EMS, they were called to help 2 swimmers near the Pennybacker Bridge. Austin Travis County EMS said they saved 1 swimmer, but they confirmed that they pulled a body around 10 a.m. near the same spot on Sunday morning. Aims to crack down on homelessness nationwide, but some local advocacy groups call it an attack. Now, the order pushes cities to change how they handle homelessness by making it easier to relocate people and mandate treatment if they're seen as a threat. The Trump administration says removing vagrant criminals and boosting substance abuse programs will make communities safer. But Austin advocates like Echo say this approach criminalizes homelessness and it forced treatment that really doesn't work. Now, their director says people need to have a say in what helps them, particularly get back on their feet.
It's as if it's a personal decision if someone's made bad choices and they've ended up on our streets versus there are systems in place that don't let people access quality, affordable housing and healthcare in this country.
And I understand what they're saying. Everyone has a different individual need. So we reached out to the city's homeless strategy office. A spokesperson says they're looking at how this will affect local policies and funding and wrote, "The city of Austin remains committed to ensuring the health and safety of all of our residents, including our most vulnerable populations," end quote. Well, 7-11 is your time just about. Jacob's Well looks a lot different these days. Heavy rain and flooding have finally filled it back up. Swimming has been off limits for years because of the drought. But that really hasn't stopped people from coming to enjoy the view.
That's pretty cool. You can see clear down there. The water's pretty clear. It looks beautiful.
There's turtles
some
in
turtles
there,
swimming around.
which is my
It's
favorite
so
part.
cool.
We actually wish that we were allowed to swim right now.
Yeah, too bad you can't swim right now, but
It's okay.
yeah, otherwise we would.
Looks like they're having a great time out there. Now, data from the United States Geological Survey shows that water levels haven't been this high since May of 2022. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and here's what's coming up on Daybreak Plus in just a few minutes. You got to stick around. There we go. An Austin food blogger is heartbroken after his car was stolen with his dog still inside. Can you imagine? So the car's been found, but the search for Noodles, his dog, that search is not over. We're going to talk about how the community is really stepping in to help out.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. I hope y'all are doing all right. Your time now is 7:14. The UT Austin advocacy group Safe Warns is asking the West Campus community to report property damage. The group says there's been an uptick in car break-ins. The group says at least 20 cars were broken into Saturday night and early Sunday morning in West Campus. They posted this photo on social media of a vehicle with a shattered window. They believe a garage gate at a property primarily leased by UT Austin students wasn't working properly. If your vehicle was broken into, you can file a report with police by calling 311. And an Austin food influencer is desperately searching for his dog after someone stole his car with the pup still inside. Friday morning, Taylor Hannon was packing for a road trip with his dog, Noodles. He put the dog in the back seat and ran inside real quick to grab food and a bed. When he came back, the car was gone. Hannon drives a 2020 red Honda Civic. By Saturday afternoon, one of his followers found the car 20 miles east on Highway 71, but Noodles is still missing.
He's indifferent about a lot of people and he likes a handful of people, and he really enjoys being around me, so I feel pretty bad he's not around me.
Hannon said he filed a report with the Austin Police Department. We reached out to APD for an update, but we haven't heard back. But if you happen to find Noodles, Hannon is asking the community to call the Trapping, Rescue, and Pet Recovery Service at 844-287-2777. And business owners across Austin are worried about a string of break-ins at their stores. On July 15th, police arrested 34-year-old Jarvis Henderson. He's accused of 6 burglaries across Austin, 3 in downtown and 3 in East Austin. He got out last Monday at a bond. Just 2 days later, officers arrested him again, saying he broke into another downtown business. Casey Buckingham, who owns the Plant Society, says the break-ins are frustrating.
One little action affected me quite a bit. I can't imagine collectively with all the other businesses. It's just really frustrating.
KVUE reached out to Henderson's attorneys for comment. We haven't heard back yet, but certainly a growing issue in the community. And this Friday, Cap Metro is increasing its bike share prices. The pay as you ride base fare is increasing by more than $1 to $2.50 per minute will go up 2 cents. Daily, monthly, and annual passes are also changing. You can find details on that by going to kvue.com/links. And around 60 women incarcerated in Lockhart graduated with their high school diplomas. Texas Department of Criminal Justice held the ceremony at its Coleman unit. The Excel Center provided the curriculum. It offers free education, high school to adults as old as 50 in Texas. One study shows inmates who participate in education programs are 43% less likely to return to prison.
I'm lost for words. There's no word to explain how I feel about this. This is something that I feel like it was always those what ifs. Now I have this accomplished. So there's no more what ifs.
The Excel Center runs campuses at 2 Austin locations and inside 5 Texas prisons. A huge congratulations to all of these women. And many families are struggling to keep up with credit card debt these days. It can feel like you'll just never get ahead. Consumer Reports has some simple ways to gain back control and pay down that debt.
I started to feel the crunch when I started to use credit cards for just daily essentials.
For Jennifer Paez, more expenses and less money coming in meant one thing. She had to lean on credit cards just to stay afloat.
I knew that that was a big red flag.
Jennifer is far from alone. Americans owe a combined $1.18 trillion in credit card debt, and the average balance per household is around $6,000. With many credit cards with interest rates above 20%, it's tough to make a dent. So what can you do if you're struggling to pay down your credit card debt? Consumer Reports' Lisa Gill says try to hit pause on using your cards and look for ways to cut back on monthly spending.
Take any extra money and pay down the debt on the card with the highest interest rate. Doing that helps you save more in the long run because you're tackling the most expensive debt first.
If your credit score is in good shape, you could move your high interest balance to a card that offers 0% interest for the first year or so. Just try to pay it off before that period ends, or the usual high interest kicks back in. Try adjusting your payment dates to line up with your payday. It can make staying on top of bills a lot easier. Some credit cards let you pick your own due date. Set up automatic payments. That way, at least the minimum gets paid on time and you avoid the late fees. But if your debt is becoming too much, pick up the phone and call the credit card company to explain your situation. Ask for a lowered interest rate if they offer a hardship plan.
The credit card company may temporarily lower your interest rate, reduce your minimum payment, or even waive certain fees, usually for a few months or even up to a year.
You can also contact a reputable nonprofit credit counseling agency. They may be able to lower your interest rates and consolidate your debt into one manageable monthly payment. That's what Jennifer did. She worked with the nonprofit credit counseling agency, Money Management International, which helped her take control of her debt.
They offered me a lifeline in that aspect.
Thank you again for joining us here on KVUE Daybreak Plus. We've got a quick weather and traffic update coming your way for our TV audience, and then we'll be right back here with more local news right here on KVUE Plus. Good Monday morning, Central Texas. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. We are getting back to work here, taking a live look out at Bastrop Highway at Riverside. We had a crash just clear, and things are looking a lot better out there coming and going from the airport this morning. Pretty quiet map. We do have some slowdowns here and there. I'm noticing a little bit of stop and go coming in from Jollyville in the southbound lanes on 183, kind of stretching back up to Parmer here. So anyone coming in from Cedar Park in the Jollyville area running into a minor slowdown there. And I also wanted to let you know there's still a full closure going on, and this is 183 just on the frontage road on Ed Bluestein. So it starts at MLK and it's approaching the Montopolis area, not impacting main lane travel, but definitely something to note if you typically rely on the 183 frontage road approaching MLK. Looking much better through North Austin this morning. Taking a look across the rest of the map, we also still have road work going on from the flood recovery, especially at 1431, the bridge for Lago Vista and Marble Falls. All right, Casey, happy Monday. We're kicking off the last week here.
Last week, getting into the hottest time of the year now, and we'll be feeling that for this week. A cloudy sky out the door, though. We're starting to see these clouds kind of lift out with some sunshine now peeking through. This eventually will become a mostly sunny sky later on. 77 degrees both at the airport and also for Camp Mabry. We will be tracking the potential just a stray shower mainly east of I-35 for today. The good majority of us dry. That rain chance and only a 10% chance as we climb to 96 degrees. Hot high pressure builds as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll get very close to the triple-digit mark. I don't think we'll be quite there. It's going to be hot though, but a little less humid. Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend, we'll start to see that humidity bump back up, and with that, the return of some spotty showers and thunderstorms on your Saturday and Sunday.
All righty, here we are back again for Daybreak Plus on KVUE Plus. You know, it streams for free, Yvonne. You don't have to pay a penny to watch this great news.
Yeah, I love anything that's free.
Me too.
Sign me up, right?
Hang on, let me turn you down. You're yelling in my ear.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now we're good to go.
Go a little lower.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it. It kind of woke me up.
It's like coffee. Woo.
That's right.
All right. 7:27 is your time. North Texas is full of options for a sweet treat, and one of the best spots almost didn't even happen.
That's right. A near disaster turned into a breakthrough for not for Sean Giggy, but Sean Giggy is going to show us how a brutal winter storm helped launch a local chef to the very top.
Bizzaria in Plano serves some of the best gelato in North Texas.
Yeah, I like it.
And the only thing that made it possible was the deep freeze. Back in 2021, Bizzaria had only been open a few months when a bitter winter storm busted the pipes above them and flooded everything.
There's water everywhere.
The store was closed for a year and a half.
It's a gift from God.
It was devastating, but it was a blessing in disguise because he went and learned how to make gelato.
At the time, owners Muhammad Al-Kawasmi and his wife Dima were selling scoops of ice cream made by a national brand. But while they were closed, Muhammad started making it himself.
Yes, of course.
He learned from gelato masters in Miami, Italy, and the Middle East, and eventually got pretty good.
Yeah, I love doing this.
So good that someone told Muhammad he should enter the Gelato Festival World Masters, the Olympics of gelato making. Contestants create their own unique flavor and make it on the spot for the judges. Muhammad made fig croquant, almond gelato with caramelized figs and caramelized almonds. It's a favorite of customers and now judges.
Muhammad?
He placed second in the semifinals and in August will be one of 10 gelato chefs competing in the North American finals. The top 3 will advance to the world competition in Italy.
When they announced I'm the second one, I was so happy.
I'm very proud of him, and I didn't think he would come this far this fast.
One of the best gelato artists in North America, and he owes a great deal to his wife. Dima gave Muhammad the idea for fig croquant months ago, but he never put it on the menu.
No.
Until customers suggested adding figs and nuts to his almond gelato.
He was like, it's becoming our #1 seller. And then I said, I'm sure it is. He was like, did you suggest this before? I was like, yes, but you didn't listen.
From now, I will listen to her within 2 minutes.
A winning recipe. In Plano, I'm Sean Giggy.
So the moral of the story is...
Listen to your wives.
She knows best.
That's right. That was a great idea.
So fig and almonds. Yeah, that's an interesting combo, but I bet it's very different.
And we've learned about gelato too. I didn't realize gelato was churned slower than regular ice cream, and so there's less air in it. So it's a thicker dessert.
My kids went to town on that when we were in Italy. That's all they had.
Italy is famous for gelato.
Gelato, yeah. And but for some reason, I don't do gelato or ice cream.
No, you don't like the dairy stuff.
That much.
Yeah.
But I can really throw down like an ice, like what is it, like shaved ice?
Me too. I'm with you on that.
You said where did you go that
we
you were?
We went to this place called Bahama Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
There's
the
a place.
Beer.
It's so good. There's a place in our neighborhood called Sweet Caroline's, and it's so delicious.
Oh, I love. Now I'm hungry.
I usually get Coca-Cola and vanilla.
That's a good combo.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. The soda flavors to me are the best. Even with like an icy, I always get the soda flavor.
Anything cool to negate these warm temperatures? Let's get a check on your forecast with Casey Sherman. Are you more of an ice cream kind of gal or like shaved ice?
I would say probably ice cream, but the best is when you can get both.
Yes.
You get the snow cones with the ice cream inside.
Yes, now we're talking.
A little bit of both. Best of both worlds. We've got what's going to be a hot forecast for this week. So snow cones good, ice cream good, pool day is good, you name it. Any way to kind of stay cool as we are going to be close to the triple digits for Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't think we're going to be quite there by the afternoon, but it is going to be pretty toasty. Of course, we're coming off of a warm and humid weekend that had some showers, some storms across the area. This morning, we're off to a pretty mild but seasonable start here, middle 70s, upper 70s, typical for this time in July as we're now inching closer and closer into the hottest time out of the year. Out the door right now, we are dry, but we've got those low clouds kind of hanging overhead again. So I'm starting to see some sunshine peek out as we take a look out across downtown. That's just a sign of that humidity that is still coming in out of the southeast. 77 right now at Camp Mabry and also out of the airport. Dew points up there in the middle 70s. Low clouds to start will eventually give way to a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming. The clouds mix out. We'll be looking at a lot of sunshine for today and a chance for a stray shower. That chance is just a 10% chance. It's low, but a couple areas, especially east of I-35, could be looking at the return of a quick little shower before before we start to see a drying and warming trend for tomorrow. Highs today still slightly below average at 96 degrees. We are heating things up. High pressure building overhead tomorrow and Wednesday. I'll show you just how hot we'll get coming up.
Ooh, thank you so very much, Casey. We got a couple new developments here. We have a new crash in the Leander area, causing some minor slowdowns for us there. And this is at San Gabriel Parkway at 183, and kind of feeling that on both sides of the way there. So coming and going from Leander, seeing some delays there, and then also still noticing a little bit of stop and go in the Jollyville area, kind of starting at this Palmer stretch and then trickling down if you're heading out towards the Arboretum today for southbound travel on 183. And then also on 183, but this is on east in Mentopolis, we do still have a full closure just for the service road southbound starting at MLK, not impacting travel. If you are heading out to the airport, just stay in the main lanes and don't get on the frontage road because, well, you can't because it's closed right now. So let's take a look across the rest of the area. Once again, 1431, they're still estimating that's going to keep working until mid-September, but I really appreciate TxDOT being very active on X and giving us some live pictures of, you know, the work they're continuing to do, and they're still asking people to stay clear of that area if you would.
7:34 is your time, and we are less than 2 weeks until the first preseason game for the Dallas Cowboys. I know someone's very excited.
That's right. It's almost that time, and a former Longhorn is standing out in training camp out in California. Back in Saturday's practice, Jaden Blue made this, look at this one-handed grab. Blue expected to give a boost to the Cowboys offense in their running game. He can also catch the ball out of the backfield clearly. Cowboys' first preseason game is August the 9th against those L.A. Rams out in California. The Cowboys this is their year, Yvonne. This is the year
Let's hope so.
Break through back to the Super Bowl. Everybody's going to be happy.
When should we reconvene, and then you could tell me if you were right or, I don't know. Like,
probably by about week 3. We'll know.
Oh, really? That soon?
Oh, yeah, we'll know. Yeah, we'll know. They open against the Eagles on a Thursday night.
Okay.
So maybe we'll know after the first game.
Okay. So are you going to be out that Friday?
There's a good chance.
I say do it.
There's a good chance.
You got to live a little, man.
You know what? You got the time, right? You got to use it. That's what they tell me. Hey, from one Longhorn running back to another, and this is how you say it, Yvonne. Bijan Robinson, not Bijan.
Everybody was saying Bijan. It's Bijan.
That's right. He's preparing for his 3rd NFL season.
We're hearing and we're learning that we have been saying his name wrong. So now we know it's
Bijan.
Bijan.
Properly give us the pronunciation of your name.
All right. How you pronounce my name is Bijan. For everybody that's out there, I know a lot of people say Bijan, but it's Bijan. It's Bijan, yeah.
Interesting. So Robinson is preparing for his 3rd season with the NFL. Or rather, 3rd season, with the NFL, with the Atlanta Falcons. So that's interesting. I know that people misspell your name, but people have called me Yvonne.
Yvonne, I've heard
and
Yvonne.
And it's not Yvonne, but you know what? Sometimes I just don't have the heart to correct them. So I'm like, okay, I've been called worse, I'm sure.
That's
so I'm
me.
like,
Yeah.
Yvonne will go.
Yvonne works.
It'll be fine.
Bijan.
Yeah.
Because, I think what happened is he had that NIL deal with the Dijon mustard. So people automatically thought, oh, well, that's probably how you say it.
So
I've said it wrong for you.
Bijan.
Bijan. Say it like that if you do like that.
How?
Bijan. That's right. And he's the best player on the team.
Absolutely.
Hey, artificial intelligence helping seniors feel less alone.
The AI robot that brings joy and connection to seniors in assisted living facilities.
All righty, here we are. Welcome back. A group of dogs and cats showing off their talents. Many of the animals getting roles in big-time movies.
All right, ABC's Danny New shows the special skills of a traveling group called the Ultimates.
Ultimates.
That's cute.
This is Nibs. And this is Lollipop. Besides being extremely talented and cute, what else do they have in common? They both are members of the Ultimates.
Do you think anyone on the planet wakes up happier than you?
I don't think so, man. Look, my coworkers are amazing.
Melissa Millett here in her Ultimates, as she calls them, travel around Ontario, Canada every weekend to perform tricks they've mastered together. A trainer of 25 years, Melissa now has 9 dogs and 5 cats, with many of them making their way over to Hollywood.
I've got to fly back to London. I need you to take care of my cat.
I like cats.
I like dogs.
For example, later this month, her cat, Tonic, will be appearing in the movie Caught Stealing, starring the man you may remember as Elvis, Austin Butler.
He just petting your cat?
He did. Yeah, he was a phenomenal cat trainer.
Meanwhile, Lollipop and her best friend Sashimi have the Guinness World Record for the fastest 5-meter dog-cat scooter ride. As I found out, balance is actually just Lollipop's thing.
Hi, Lollipop.
That's what she does nonstop.
But here's one thing that might surprise you even more. Lollipop is actually deaf, as is the first dog you met, Nibs. However, here is why Melissa says that is not the biggest obstacle when training your dog.
The truth is that dogs don't speak English and they have a harder time responding to verbal cues. Hand signals are easier.
Actually, not only are 4 of the Ultimates deaf, but in fact, almost all of them are rescue animals. Like her dog Pepsi, who starred as Crypto the Super Dog in the show Titans. Pepsi was found abandoned in a snowy woodpile at 5 months old, and championing rescue animals like him has become a mission for Melissa.
In my position, it's really important it showcases the wonderful animals that you can find.
As a cat dad, I did ask Melissa how she could possibly train cats, and then I tried her lesson on my cat Pepper. Basically, it's all about rewarding your cat for following a treat. I tried it with my finger. The only problem, she did not want the reward. No pets for Pepper. She said, "No touchy, Dad." For next time, we try it again. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
I love the fact that all of those animals, they're rescues.
Right?
You know, I love that.
I do too. I want to teach my little kittens how to do tricks because I thought, well, I follow one account online and the cat kind of talks back a little bit, which is kind of interesting.
Okay. Do your cats know their names? I've always wondered, do cats learn
Their names?
or, like dogs do, or
Not
no? 'Cause
really.
some people
Not
say
really.
yes, no.
No, I'm still working on it. I think I need to just say it over and over again.
Yeah.
For them.
Can your dog do any kind of tricks or anything?
And just sit, stay,
No.
down, shake. He shakes.
Those are good ones.
That's good.
Interesting.
Are you sick? Nothing like roll over, nothing like that.
I used to have a dog named Gucci. Of course, right? And my dad taught it a trick. He would say, "Would you rather be an Aggie or a dead dog?" And he would turn around and go like,
Oh gosh, that's really good.
cute.
That's funny.
And basically
That's
on the
funny.
side, he'd just go like that. He'd just
That's
go,
really
so,
good,
yeah, so then
though.
it would
That's
turn.
really,
and
really
it was like the best party trick. Like everybody loved it.
That's
Oh
a
my god,
funny
that's
joke.
hilarious. That's a good like little tagline too. Yeah, and then he just does it. That's
Sorry, Chantel.
That's all right.
His wife's an
right. I
Aggie.
always
That's okay. Believe me, she's heard them all at this point.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, for the dogs heading out on their little morning walks for today, it's warm, it's humid, but no rain as we saw yesterday afternoon and also the day before. We had some of the showers this weekend. That humidity still is present though in the air, and that has led to kind of this cloudier start that we still have. Low clouds out there with winds out of the southeast, these temperatures out the door in the middle 70s. This cloud deck eventually giving way to what will be a mostly sunny sky. We've got high pressure that's parked just off to the east of us, south of Louisiana. That's what's been funneling in this moisture, and that's what the source of our showers and storms over the weekend was. Now, as this begins to shift farther west, that's what will lead to a warming trend, a drying trend, blue sky returning with full-blown sunshine for the next couple of days, but temperatures will be on the rise. Out the door right now in the lower 70s out across the hill country, upper 70s for the I-35 corridor, middle 70s out across the coastal plains, and we are currently dry. I do think with that moisture still coming out of the southeast, today still could feature a little spot shower by 3, 4, 5 o'clock for areas mainly east of I-35. So if you're in Bastrop County, Fayette County, Caldwell County, even Lee County, you'll have the higher chance of seeing a quick little shower move through today. Most of us dry, that chance is just a 10% chance. We're dry as we head into tonight. Tomorrow morning could be featuring just some patchy fog out across our coastal plains counties, but otherwise tomorrow as high pressure pretty much parks itself right over central Texas. That's what's going to lead to a sunny sky, wall-to-wall blue sky, and then temperatures will be on the rise because what we're also going to experience is some slightly lower humidity and drier air for the next couple of days as that occurs. Highs today back to around 96 degrees. We're still running a little bit below average for this time of year. Mostly sunny after the clouds that we're waking up to this morning. Some fog possible out across those far eastern zones as we head into tonight, maybe even down through parts of Hays County with temperatures in the 60s, low to middle 70s as we kick off the day for tomorrow. Highs tomorrow as high pressure builds overhead. Again, things beginning to dry up, so it's going to feel like more of a dry heat for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. With that, temperatures will be a little bit warmer. I don't have us quite getting to 100 degrees just yet. 99 degrees, I think, is where we'll top off at for Tuesday and also for Wednesday. These 2 days featuring the peak of the heat before, as we head into the month of August, we'll start to see the return of humidity. Temperatures trend downward, heat index trends upwards, and then eventually we'll be looking at a chance for some showers and storms as we head into Saturday and Sunday. This particular model really looks kind of scary here, but it's going to be pretty spotty in nature. Saturday and also Sunday, looking at about a 30% chance for the spotty showers and storms for right now. So pretty hit or miss, actually kind of similar to what we had this weekend with those highs that'll remain in the middle and upper 90s. 7-day forecast. We're heating things up, though, for the next couple days. Lots of sunshine tomorrow and Wednesday as we start to see that area of high pressure break down. We'll welcome in some shower and storm chances beginning Friday and continuing through your Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you so very much, Casey. Let's take a look around town. We got some things popping up here. So we're starting to see some of those delays through Bluff Springs in the northbound lanes, but still no crashes there yet. So that is a complete victory for a Monday morning. Noticing a slowdown, though, in the westbound lanes onto 90, moving through the Oak Hill area, approaching William Cannon. Nothing major, but, you know, just a little bit of good old-fashioned stop and go there. Looking good through Barton Creek Square, looking pretty clear on Loop 360. We do have a stalled vehicle in the North Shoal Creek area causing minor slowdowns southbound right now, really kind of seeing the slowdowns on both sides of the road. And then let's go ahead and move back up here because I'm still noticing a backup through the Jollyville area. And it kind of starts at McNeil, and then you can see it trickles down here to Duval, and then it clears up by the time you get to the Arboretum. So that's good. And then I do still want to move up here to Leander, still seeing some kind of minor slowdowns really on both sides of 183. But the good news is that crash from earlier, they're clearing that out. So we are moving and grooving again. Let's go ahead and check in Liberty Hill. Good morning to you. Looking good on 29 there. Some minor slowdowns approaching County Road 279. And then let's move over here to Georgetown. Also seeing a little bit of stop and go, but that's kind of just another day for us there. There's always some slowdown there southbound where it meets with 29. Other than that, we are looking pretty good across the map so far.
A humanoid robot is helping fight loneliness at assisted living facilities in Australia. Abby was developed by Andromeda Robotics, and Abby is 3 feet tall, uses artificial intelligence to recognize faces, hold conversations in 90 languages, and lead activities like dancing and storytelling. Abby's very cute, with a playful personality, as you can see there, and even the ability to blow bubbles. Abby is designed to make you feel more like a friend. She feels more like a friend than a machine.
All of the interactions are incredibly personal. So she adjusts and tailors her personality based on who she's interacting with. So I started building her out of the COVID-19 pandemic as a companion for myself when I was in Melbourne and isolated and disconnected.
What is going on? That's so awesome. And Abby has a cute little dress on. I think it's so cute. Now, since 2023, Abby has supported caregivers amid a growing worker shortage, and a new model, Gabby, is set to launch in September 2025. Let's hope Gabby and Abby can get along and everything's good. And I like that. I mean, I would still want to take care of my elderly relatives, but would you want maybe a robot to take care of them if you weren't there? Maybe like, I don't know, would this be something you all would be comfortable with?
I know, because I do feel like when you go to old folks' homes and you're chatting with them, it does make me sad when you ask them sometimes, like, when is the last time a family member came to visit? And you'd be shocked by the answers sometimes. And I also do know, yeah, there is a shortage in workers. And so I think in this case, Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe a little bit of both, you know,
Yeah.
and for the
A
times that you
hybrid.
can't be there, you know, the
Mhm.
robot can be the little friend, and it's so cute with the little dress and everything.
It's
The outfit
cute.
was really cute.
It's a very friendly looking robot. Yeah.
To talk to, listen to them.
Blow
I
bubbles.
think it's great. Yeah, blow bubbles. Who knew there were 90 languages in the world? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Sure
there
did.
were that
I
many.
was like, wow.
That's a lot of languages.
Abby's a sharp robot.
Wow.
I'm also very impressed by the young lady that she's like, oh,
Right,
just
she's
needed
like,
a buddy during the
oh, yeah,
pandemic.
right,
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just gonna build a robot.
Yeah, I mean, I went on
Imagine.
hikes during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's
around
true.
my neighborhood
Yeah.
a couple
Right, yeah,
times.
exactly.
That's all I did.
Short
Pretty
time.
That's all I
fancy.
accomplished.
Abby and Gabby.
And Gabby is soon going to be a friend that's
TV
going to
show
join.
maybe soon.
Mhm.
Fun. All right, how about this? Austin FC starting off the second half of the season on a good note. The Verde and Black were the nation's capital over the weekend. Austin FC taking on DC United. Austin FC's offense was clicking. They scored 4 goals. They won it 4-2. The next match for Austin, August the 9th against the Dynamo from Houston. That's good, you know, you playoff. They're still in the playoff race. That's important, you know, when you get into the postseason. So it'd be nice for them to have a nice finish to the season.
They're on a good trajectory.
That's right. Maybe they could get Abby to call some plays.
Yeah, right.
Abby and Gabby.
That'll probably be next, though, robot referees.
Oh, that'd
then
be
you can't get
interesting.
mad at
Yeah.
the referee for a certain call. If
kind of
like
already
an AI
happening in
robot, you know.
Yeah. And then if Abby doesn't want to deal with someone, like just malfunction, and then she she's asleep,
Yeah, that's
cannot
right.
compute. Yeah.
The Jetsons meets the NFL. Sign me
I kind
up.
of like that.
All right, before we go, here are 3 things you need to know for a Monday. Today, talks of congressional redistricting will continue in the legislative session here in Texas. As you take a look at President Trump, he wants the state of Texas to secure 5 more Republican seats in Congress. Earlier this month, the Department of Justice raised concern about the current map, saying 4 majority-minority districts were drawn based on race. The state has defended the current map in court, saying it was drawn fairly. The Senate Select Committee on Redistricting will hold a virtual hearing at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and the House's committee has a hearing in Arlington at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
Well, one of the suspects involved in the Round Rock Juneteenth mass shooting is expected to appear in a Williamson County courtroom this morning. 18-year-old Keyshawn Dixon faces 2 counts of murder, 13 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after that July 2024 shooting. Now, 2 women died, 14 others were hurt during that Juneteenth festival in Old Settlers Park last year.
Here's an interesting Central Texas pairing. Tesla CEO Elon Musk announcing a $16.5 billion chip supply deal with Samsung. Musk says Samsung's new factory in Taylor will make Tesla's new generation AI6 chips. The contract will run through the end of 2033. The factory is scheduled to begin operations sometime next year. Elon Musk says Samsung has agreed to, quote, allow Tesla to assist in maximizing manufacturing efficiency, end quote, but did not specify whether Tesla would assist in bringing that plant into operation fully.
We have a lot of big corporations
Yeah,
here, right?
that's a big partnership there. That's going to affect a lot of people.
And one final check at your 7-day forecast. It's going to be hot for this week. We're talking about the return of near triple-digit heat. I don't think we'll get quite there Tuesday and Wednesday, but we'll see if we can squeak out one more little 100-degree day before we head into the month of August. A stray shower possible today, dry Tuesday and Wednesday, a whole lot of sunshine, and then we're looking at what's going to be a little bit more of an active weekend ahead as we head into the start of August. Just a chance for some spotty showers and storms on both Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Well, thank you again for watching Daybreak Plus. Join us tomorrow from KVUE, well, actually from 4:30 to 7.
4:30 to 7 on Daybreak, then on Daybreak Plus right after that from 7 to 8. And we're on here streaming every single weekday. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you have a great day and a great week ahead.
I feel like Abby. I'm like, malfunction. I'm tired of talking. I'm like,
By this hour, it gets hard. Yep.
Winding down.
Winding down.